Wonderful.
Okay. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can. Perfect. Do you have any slides or anything that you need to share with us?
Yes.
You do?
I do. I just
Let me.
have one. Right.
Wonderful. There you go. You'll be able to do that now. So Jay will cut that bit out when he adds it
All
online.
right. Beautiful.
Thank you for joining us on this
Am
lovely
I
Thursday
freezing?
evening tonight. An incredible new educator, Georgia. Please take it away. Is that me freezing or her freezing?
I think it's Georgia freezing.
Yeah, I think she's
Right.
frozen. Or she's got a really good smile that she can hold for ages.
Can everyone?
We can now.
Oh my goodness, I don't know what happened there. Alrighty, thank you so much, Ali and Mark and everyone. And Ali, I'm a member. You mentioned I was a guest, but just so you know, I'm a member. So
I realized that Mark sent me a message, so I apologize.
it's okay, it's all good, it's all good, beautiful. Okay, so tonight, because I know Mark, I only have 15 minutes, so I'm gonna speed talk here. Okay, so tonight, what it's all about is life's about experiences and the meaning we give them, okay, that determines how we move forward in life. And Vanessa, you said something before about perception, you know, how we see things, which is so spot on. I had a client one day, before I share my slide, I had a client one day and I rang her and we were talking, we were having a little bit of a session, and she says to me, "Oh, I'm really, really pissed off and annoyed that my sister-in-law is not coming to my daughter's 16th year birthday. But she's coming the next day and she lives an hour away." She goes, "Why can't she just come a day earlier?" And I turned around and I said to her, I go, "Well, what are you making that mean about you?" And she goes, "What do you mean? I'm not making it mean anything about me." And I said, "I want you to have a think about the question. What are you making it mean about you?" And she thought about it and she goes, "Oh," she said, "that I'm not important." And I said, "Okay." I said, "And how does that make you feel?" She said, "Oh, pretty sad." And I said, "Great." I said, "So where are you sad within yourself in your life?" I said, "Heal that and you'll never get triggered again." So this is what happens, all right, in all of every single person in the world. We all experience things like this, and we all experience life with the meaning we give things, okay? And it's really, really important, especially in business, okay? Especially in business, when people start to work hard, they start to do things, they start to make, traction happening, and then all of a sudden, nothing happens and they're stuck. Why? Okay, why? They think they go and they start to research and get different structures, different ways to do things. And you know what? They might get a little bit of speed ahead, yet something happens again, something blocks them. We all have beliefs and we all have programming from when we were children. Okay, because how we experience life right now is through the emotions we learned from 0 to 10 years old. And what I'm going to share with you today, I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, I'll just share my screen here. Let me know if you guys can see this. Can you all see that? Can everyone see that? Yeah. Beautiful. I can't hear anybody. Can you guys hear me okay?
We sure can.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. No, that's okay. That's okay. I wasn't sure. Okay. So what this is, and I'm sure many of you have heard about cause and effect. Many of you have heard this is where we play the game of life, and everyone plays the game of life in different ways, in different areas, different places within their minds. Because as I said before, if you want your business to get to that next level, well, you've got to get there first. And how do you do that? It's an inside out job. Okay. And I always say what lies ahead of you and what lies behind you is only very small, right? And we've heard that little poem, what lies inside of you is very small to what lies inside. The power we have is very, it's just massive. So right here, I just want to share very quickly, only a couple. There's many, and there's a couple here that I want to talk about. And this has an impact in all areas of our lives, not just our business, in life, in health, in relationships, in career, in whatever it is. It affects us in all areas of life. Now, cause and effect. Let me just explain very quickly for some who, may not understand what this means. So cause and effect, in life, things happen. Okay, things happen. And so many people say, oh, that person made me angry. That person just pissed me off. Oh, that person just made me feel sick in the guts. That person is that person that. Well, which is something I'll get into another time. What you see in your reality is an aspect of yourself. And that's something very hard for people to even understand or even have a look, even want to take a look at. They say, that's not me. No, I'm not like that. It doesn't mean you're like that. It means that it's the meaning you've given something, right? And it's a meaning you've given it about yourself, right? That is aligned to whatever's going on. So let's look at this. So cause and effect. So when someone says that person made me angry, okay, what they're doing is they're actually giving their power away because their emotions are being created by their environment, the external world, right? And they're the victim in this, whatever's going on, because they're blaming the external world of how they're feeling. So that the outside world is responsible of how they're feeling, right? So they're being affected by the world outside. So when we say cause, all right, the same thing would happen to someone else, and that person would turn around and say, you know what? That's them. This is me. Or, you know what? They're having a bad day. I'm not. I'm going this way. See you later. So they're in control of their own emotions. They are at cause, right? And there's a lot more to this, but I don't have time, right, Mark? So, okay. So that's what we're talking about with cause and effect. And there's two areas that I'm going to tap into today very quickly is, okay, the first one is react and respond, blame and responsibility. And these sort of go aligned together. These sort of correspond together because, so what happens, I'll give you just an example. Someone is driving on the road, okay? They're driving their car, they're just minding their own business. Then all of a sudden someone cuts them off. And they could be a person that turns around and says, you know what? Hey, they give them the finger. Pardon me, Mark. They give them the bird. They start swearing at them. They start yelling at them. They're just all, hey, whatever. And they're driving. They're all flustered and angry and pissed off and upset. And they get to work. They open the doors. They get into work and they say, oh my God, I just had a bloody idiot nearly run me off the road. Oh my God, this. Oh my God, that. And they go in and they start their day. Or you can have another person, the same thing happens to them. They're driving along, someone cuts them off, and they look at it and they go, geez, they're in a bit of a hurry. I'm just going to go over here. They get to work. They go in, they open the door, they walk in. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. They go make themselves a cup of coffee. They sit down and they start the day. Who's going to have the better day? The second person. Because they are at cause. They are the cause of how they're feeling because the meaning they gave the circumstance and whatever happened in front of them, the person cutting them off, it's the meaning they gave that. So the first person would have thought, I'm, disrespected. Look at him. He's trying to, he could have killed me. He could have this, he could have that. It's all about what they're making it mean about themselves, right? But the person in effect, again, the same thing. The person that caused the same thing, right? They're making it mean about, they're not, what they're actually making it mean is, you know what? I don't really have time to be, I'm not wasting my energy there. I've got better things to focus on. I am, they're looking at themselves as the person that's taking responsibility. I'm moving here because you know what? I'm going to be happy, joyous today. Whatever it is, they're choosing to be a certain way. And we all have choices. Life is about choices, which is super, super powerful and very important. And people sometimes don't understand that, look at this one here. It says blame and responsibility. So many people in the workforce, so many people, if you have a large team, if you have, just you're a receptionist, or if you have someone, a partner, it doesn't matter. Things happen. And a lot of times what happens, they could have been the person that made the mistake, but to justify, they don't want to look at, being the person that made the mistake. They blame other people, right? Or what they do, other people didn't do something for them. They didn't get something done. So they get upset with that person, because if that person had done that job right, this person would have been happy. So what was really happening is they were validating, they were using other people to validate their self-worth, right? So there's so many deeper connections to the way we perceive life, the meaning we give it, the way we move forward. It's all an inside-out job, guys. And this has been the game changer in every single person that we've ever coached. So That's the blame and responsibility. So a person can blame the other person, or they can take full responsibility. Like the person driving, they took responsibility. It doesn't mean when you tell someone take responsibility that you're saying it's your fault. No, you're coming up with a solution. That's what it is. It's not about sitting there and blaming a person or saying, okay, I'm responsible. You know what? Yeah, I'll just take the, the rap for it, or whatever. It's the meaning you put things on, whatever it is. And some people believe that that's what responsibility means. But what it really means is you taking full power back and full control of the circumstance, of your emotions, of whatever it is. And here's the thing. People don't resist change. People resist being changed. And what I mean by that is when you begin to change, what I mean by change is there's nothing wrong with anyone. What I mean change is when you begin to be your authentic self, right? Then everyone around you has to change. Has to change. And that's huge. So they have to change, and people hate that, right? So when you take responsibility, people start to learn from you. Okay. And then react and respond. And I just gave you an example of that. It goes with both of these examples with the car incident, right? You either react or you respond. And when you respond, you are a cause of how you feel. You are in control. You are the person. You are the queen, the king. You are there. You are where you need to be. Because when you and every morning you wake up, your day will start on how you wake up. If you wake up and you hit the snooze button and you're like, oh, gotta get up. Well, guess what kind of day you're going to have, right? When I wake up, the first thing I do, I don't even open my eyes yet. I say, thank you. It's the first thing I say, thank you for another day being above ground, another beautiful day I've been gifted to have with my family, my business, my love, my whatever it is. And then I meditate. Some people just, they wake up, oh, got to get to work, and it's how you begin your day, right? So how much time do I have, Mark? Am I still good? I didn't time myself. Am I okay with time, Ali? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. So who here can relate with what I'm talking about? Who here can actually relate to all of this? Because every single human being goes through this. Everyone. And it's all from our conditioning when we were children. Because when we blame, when we react, let's just say react. People react, and sometimes they go into full-blown reaction, and they hit, let's say anxiety. This is huge in the world right now. And I work with so many people with anxiety. And here's the thing, okay? When you're in full-blown anxiety because you've reacted to something, or whatever it is, right? It's never the situation that's the problem. The problem is, or the challenge, I don't like using the word problem, the challenge is how you're experiencing that circumstance, that whatever's going on. And that the way you're experiencing it is an emotion. And that's an emotion that you've learned how to do for the first time between 0 and 10 years old, right? I've coached people that have been seeing counselors and stuff and been on medications and stuff for years and years, and it has not done anything for them. They've had one session where we go in really deep, and it's gone, because it's an emotion that you need to heal, because it's a meaning that you put on emotion at a time, an event that happened in your life, and you carry it with you moving forward. Meaning, you know what, if you're experiencing something a certain way and you feel this way, what you're actually doing is you're experiencing that situation as a child. Another way you can look at it is that you are reliving your past consistently. And this happens a lot in businesses, in relationships, in, your health. We tend to put weight on. Weight is a protection from something. So it's a choice on how you want to play life. It's either above the line or below the line. And this is just a small, these are just 4 little examples that I'm giving tonight. There are so many more. And there's so much more that I just wish I had more than 15 minutes, Ali. I can keep talking. But who's finding this valuable? Who's finding this, just giving them a little bit of a aha sort of feeling moment, just, looking at understanding, what's really going on. So yeah, so that's all. That's what I, wanted to share. Does anyone have any questions on this? Does anyone have anything they want to share? Anything resonate with them? No one? Everyone's good? That's okay. Beautiful. That's good. There we go. So yeah, so how much more time do I have, Ali? I should put my
Couple more minutes.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So, yeah, so the meaning we put on something, I'll share a very quick little story once again. There was a brother, there was a person that stood up, and it was about relationships, and he was asked, tell me about your father. And he says, my father's an alcoholic person. He's just a terrible person. He's abusive. He swears at my mom. He treats her like garbage. He does drugs. He's a terrible man. And he goes, okay, tell me about your mom. She's beautiful, and I don't know why she hasn't left him. He goes, do you have any siblings? And he goes, yeah, I've got a brother. Tell me about your brother. Oh, my brother he's just like my dad. He's abusive. He's an alcoholic. He's a drug addict. He's terrible to his girlfriend. He's just, terrible person. He goes, okay, tell me about yourself. He says, I don't want any of that. He says, I'm in university. I'm starting to be a lawyer. This guy was 24 years old. He was still young. He says, I'm starting to be a lawyer. I have a girlfriend. I tell her I love her every single day. I buy her flowers every week. He said, I want to be more, do more. I want to create more. And he goes, okay, cool. So two brothers raised in the exact same environment, yet so different. Why? Meaning, the brother that became like the father, all he ever wanted was he craved his father's love. He was getting his father's love, and the only way his father knew how to give it, because you can only imagine when he was a little boy how he was taught to be that way. So this young man started to drink, and his father came and started drinking with him. He thought, oh, dad loves me. Then he started doing drugs, and his father came and started doing drugs with him. Oh my God, dad really loves me. So he destroyed his own life because he believed the meaning he gave this is, oh my gosh, dad loves me now. Where this young man looked at it and said, I don't want any of that stuff. He said, I don't want any of that. And he hadn't spoken to his father for 5 years. So after this intervention, this young man couldn't wait to go home and ring his father and tell him, blame him for everything that he blamed him for, and tell him, I blamed you for this and this and this and this, and telling him how grateful he was for all of it, because he became who he was because of his father. And not only did that heal this young man, but it healed the father, because the father had the meaning of, I failed my son. He hasn't spoken to me for 5 years. I'm just a loser. But when his son told him, because you were a loser, I became like this. Geez, it brought back something that father never had as a child. He gave him love. He gave him something that, whoa, a meaning, a different meaning. So that's a really, really, beautiful example of how important the meaning we give our experiences is really important. So that's all for now, guys. Thank you so much. And I'm going to bring more on. I'll bring more on.
Anyone have any comments they'd like to add or stories they'd like to share around that? No?
Beautiful. That's right. Thank you for the opportunity, guys. And thank you so much. It's I love it. It's an honor. It's beautiful to be able to connect and share some beautiful things with you guys. You're all beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, look, I'm really looking forward to what you've got coming for us. I think this is definitely an avenue that we haven't had anyone present to us here in Be Connected World before. And I think it is such a big part of, even for the men, like a lot of people think about all that feely stuff being such a woman's thing. But men have emotions. We're human, right? It's a human thing. It's not a gender thing. And anything that we can do to help better ourselves as people and as business owners and as friends and siblings and all of that, I think is wonderful. So yeah, I really look forward to what you'll be bringing. So thank you very much.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, everyone. I'll just put my details in here.